Yeah. The dogs always would talk to me
Did you have the sound off?
in the dreams.
The dogs would talk to you in dreams?
Yeah. And they always would speak in a voice kind of not unlike this. So what's been going on with you today?
I fell asleep listening to like a single sine wave drone, just really, really.
This show is called Cove of Harmony. I took the name from a 1920s nightclub that was run by the character actress Elsa Lanchester.
Oh.
And it was called Cave of Harmony. Elsa Lanchester was the bride of Frankenstein, and most famously, in which she hissed like a swan. That was like her acting strategy and her sonic.
Elsa, are you here? Elsa, if you're here, give us a sign. She's doing other stuff, that's why.
Right. Well, I was wondering who your favorite singers are, or who your early
favorite singers?
Yeah, or present.
Okay.
Well, you loved Mahalia Jackson, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, she made me understand God in a different way.
Well, she took voice lessons at one point. She like went to a voice instructor, and the voice instructor tried to get her to stop making certain kinds of sounds, and she was like, if the spirit tells me to make that sound, I've got to make that sound.
Yeah, I really resonate with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like something I've been trying to play with recently is singing from like a completely uncolonized place and like entering into the wisdom and knowledge of like divine ancestry, divine in a way where it's like free from like all limitation, you know? And it's been that way and it has existed that way kind of like infinitely. And tapping into that wisdom, which is like in my DNA. Also, whether or not that's real, like I don't care. I just like to feel like it's real. And the more that I feel that it's real, the more it renders me the effects that I am kind of wanting to generate from it. But in that space, the sounds that I make are really different. My voice feels protected when I take risks. And there's just a lot of trust in what I'm about to execute. And I feel like Mahalia was kind of coming from that same place. Just that like that safety in like being connected to like to an infinite source and presence that isn't being defined by limitation or fear in, you know, doing something wrong and how it could lead to damage. Because in that space of like those two things can't intersect, you know? I feel like she was tapping into that. But I think like many of us, there is an immense affinity for Björk and her contribution to just being like totally free and weird. I think she was the only example that I saw growing up where someone was just so massively different from everybody and being held with the same reverence as folks who were doing things that were more mainstream younger.
And I feel like she moved into a position of prominence in a moment where that was possible.
True.
And that shortly thereafter, it would have been very difficult.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's so nice now is like there's so many people who are, so many contemporary vocalists who like, we're just sort of creating our own realities for ourselves that intersect now and we can just be found. When you're dead, will you haunt people?
I don't.
You would make an amazing ghost with your voice because you can, like ghosts, the way they've been imitated, like you could just go hard on that.
I don't know. I haven't,
do.
I
You
haven't
just
thought
gave
about
evidence.
it. Leonardo da Vinci would talk about this miracle he experienced as a baby, where a bird of prey came down and opened his mouth. And it was a kite, I think, but it had been mistranslated as maybe vulture. And then Freud had this whole thing about, oh, well, of course, this didn't really occur, and he tied it into all sorts of complexes. But Freud's whole long riff was based on a mistranslation.
Right.
And I felt like he was just trying to put Leonardo da Vinci on his couch, and he needed to step back.
I agree. Yeah.
He was just jealous.
Poor guy.
And now there's some clawing on the ceiling. I think it's Elsa.
It's Elsa. She's like,
Get me in there! I'm a Scorpio too!
I've been burned out of my house, keeping my lonely heart burdened. Pearls, they fall out of my mouth. Maybe one day I'll know for certain what they'll need to stay alive, but never again will I trust anyone again. So maybe just to be sure. your mind.